What's good, YouTube? Today we've got some major news shaking up the AI industry. Google is reportedly ending its partnership with Scale AI, a massive move that could signal major shifts in how big tech handles data labeling and AI training. Let's get into what's really going on behind the scenes. According to a new report from The Information, Google is preparing to cut ties with Scale AI, a company that's been providing it with labeled data to help train some of its most important AI models. Now, that might not sound dramatic at first, but trust me, this is big. Scale AI has been one of the key players in supplying high-quality annotated data to tech giants, especially when it comes to training large language models. Their work fuels the very backbone of machine learning: clean, structured input that AI can learn from. So why the breakup? Sources say Google has concerns over data quality and security, especially with sensitive internal information. With AI becoming more competitive than ever, companies like Google want tighter control over their data pipelines. That means less reliance on third-party vendors. And there's another layer. Google's in-house AI division, DeepMind, and the Gemini team are now focusing on internal data strategies. They're betting on proprietary data, cleaner, more controlled, and locked within Google's ecosystem. It's not just about cost or performance. It's about trust, control, and reducing risk of leaks or model poisoning. Now let's zoom out. What does this mean for the AI space? First, if Google pulls out, it could send a ripple effect across the industry. Other major players may rethink their vendor relationships. Companies like OpenAI, Meta, Amazon, they all rely to some extent on external data partners. Second, this could hurt Scale AI's reputation. If a giant like Google walks away due to trust issues, smaller clients might get spooked. And third, this hints at a broader trend: vertical integration in AI. Big tech wants to own every layer, from chips to models to data. Outsourcing? Not so much anymore. So here's the bottom line. Google cutting off Scale AI isn't just about one partnership. It's about a strategic shift toward tighter control, less exposure, and long-term dominance in the AI arms race. And while this may look like a blow to smaller data vendors, it could also push the industry to evolve, focusing on better transparency, smarter automation, and maybe even more decentralized data labeling solutions. What do y'all think? Is this the beginning of the end for outsourcing AI training data? Or just another power move by Google to protect its empire? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns on the tech power plays shaping our future. Until next time, stay smart, stay curious. What's up, YouTube? Big news out of New York this week. Lawmakers just passed a groundbreaking bill aimed at preventing AI-fueled disasters. Yeah, this isn't some sci-fi movie setup. This is real policy being drafted in response to very real fears about AI's unchecked power. The legislation, called the AI Risk Management and Safety Act, was passed on June 13th and is designed to regulate how artificial intelligence is developed and deployed across critical sectors. We're talking healthcare, infrastructure, financial systems, and even emergency response. The goal? Make sure AI tools don't end up triggering catastrophic failures, or worse, being used maliciously. What's wild is this law was fast-tracked after multiple incidents globally raised red flags. Think near misses with AI-generated misinformation, rogue decision-making in autonomous systems, and even cases where predictive algorithms made life-or-death decisions with zero human oversight. New York lawmakers said, "Enough is enough." Here's what the bill actually does. First, it requires any company operating in New York that develops or uses high-risk AI to undergo mandatory risk assessments. These reports will evaluate potential harms, bias, and the risk of autonomous escalation. Basically, AI going off-script. If a system is flagged as dangerous, it could be paused, restricted, or completely blocked from rollout. Second, the bill establishes an AI oversight board made up of scientists, ethicists, engineers, and public policy experts. This board will review high-impact AI deployments before they can be approved. Think of it like the FDA, but for AI. They'll also have the power to audit systems and recommend recalls or shutdowns if something goes off the rails. And third, there's a whistleblower protection clause, encouraging insiders at AI companies to report shady practices without fear of retaliation. That's a clear signal to companies. Transparency isn't optional anymore. Supporters of the bill say it's a much-needed check on AI, especially as we move toward more autonomous systems. Opponents, mostly big tech lobbyists, argue it could slow down innovation and create red tape. But with AI advancing faster than regulation can catch up, New York is choosing safety first. And here's the kicker. This could be the model for other states and even federal regulation. Lawmakers in California and Massachusetts are already drafting similar legislation. If this wave continues, we might be looking at the beginning of a national AI safety framework. So what do you think? Is New York ahead of the curve or overreaching? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech breakdowns that actually keep you informed. Catch you in the next one. What's good, YouTube? Today we're diving into a viral piece from TechCrunch called Spiraling with ChatGPT. It's raw, it's real, and it's hitting a nerve with anyone who's spent a little too much time talking to an AI lately. So what's going on? Is ChatGPT becoming a new form of therapy? Or just another mirror reflecting our burnout? Let's break it down. In this essay-style article, journalist Tanya Basu opens up about her late-night sessions with ChatGPT. Not to research, not to write, but to vent. We're talking unfiltered spirals about everything from breakups to burnout. No therapist, no friends, just ChatGPT. This isn't science fiction, it's 2025. And people are treating generative AI like a digital diary crossed with a life coach. Why? Because ChatGPT doesn't judge. It doesn't yawn. It won't ghost you. It's always there, 24/7, to give calm, collected, vaguely supportive responses. But here's the twist. The author knows ChatGPT isn't a human. She's aware this AI is trained to sound empathetic. But she still feels comforted by it. And she's not alone. Millions of users are confiding in AI about relationships, mental health, anxiety, ambition, even trauma. It's not officially therapy, but it feels therapeutic. But is that dangerous? Here's where the spiral gets real. While ChatGPT can offer emotional support, it's not a licensed therapist. It can give well-meaning advice, but it can also miss context, nuance, or say something flat out wrong. And when someone's spiraling, that matters. There's also the question of data. When you spill your heart to a chatbot, where does that info go? OpenAI says your data isn't used for training unless you opt in, but critics argue the line between support and surveillance is still fuzzy. Still, the takeaway is this. We're not just using AI for productivity anymore. We're building emotional relationships with it. And whether that's healthy, weird, or inevitable, depends on who you ask. Spiraling with ChatGPT captures a very modern loneliness, and how tech, for better or worse, is stepping in. So what do you think? Is ChatGPT becoming the therapist of the future? Or are we just talking to ourselves with extra steps? Drop your thoughts below, like and subscribe for more tech breakdowns, and remember, even when the spiral starts, you're not alone out here. Catch you in the next one. What's good, YouTube? Big moves in the global tech war. Taiwan just turned up the heat on China's chip giants. Let's break it down. Over the weekend, Taiwan officially placed new export controls on Huawei and SMIC, two of China's biggest tech powerhouses. These aren't just light restrictions. Taiwan's Bureau of Foreign Trade now requires a special license to export critical chip-making equipment and materials to them. Why does this matter? Well, Taiwan dominates the global semiconductor supply chain, especially in high-end manufacturing tools. Companies like TSMC and ASML's Taiwan branches rely on the island's infrastructure. So, when Taiwan tightens the tap, China feels the squeeze. This move targets over 900 dual-use items, things that can be used for both civilian and military purposes. And the focus? Preventing China from gaining access to advanced semiconductors that could boost its military or surveillance capabilities. Huawei and SMIC are directly named in Taiwan's official export control list. That's a rare move. Usually, governments keep these names vague. But not this time. Taiwan is drawing a hard line. Now, let's zoom out. This isn't happening in a vacuum. The US has already placed sweeping sanctions on Huawei and SMIC. The Netherlands and Japan are also tightening chip tool exports. And now, Taiwan joins the alliance, aligning its policies more directly with Western powers. Why now? It's a mix of national security and global pressure. Taiwan has always walked a tightrope between trade with China and alliances with the US. But as China ramps up its pressure on the island, militarily and politically, Taiwan's government is clearly saying, "No more helping you build better tech while you threaten us." SMIC has been China's leading semiconductor foundry, and Huawei has been trying to come back strong with its Mate 60 line of smartphones using domestically made chips. Taiwan's move throws serious cold water on those ambitions. So, what's next? Expect more supply chain reshuffling. China may double down on self-reliance. And chip geopolitics? It's only getting more intense. Make sure to hit that like button if you're keeping up with the tech chessboard, and subscribe for more updates on global AI, chips, and power moves. Catch you in the next one.